Pah! The master of magnetism will not suffer through a Delia premium light or a Michelob Ultra. I am more ultra than Michelob Ultra.
All right, here we go again with another episode of Comic Books and Cold Ones. This is the podcast where we talk all things comics and drink all things beer. This is episode number 15. I'm K-Mac, and I am here with my co-host, Professor Yex. How you doing, Yek?
Pretty good there, K-Mac, headmaster of the keg today. How's everything going on?
Things are going well. They're going well. So if you haven't figured it out today, we're probably going to talk about something to do with the X-Men. But first, we have a little pleasantries to get through.
All the pleasantries. Did you get to enjoy the Superman Bowl as you watched the real Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, I did. I did enjoy the Super Bowl here in Tampa. It was a lot of fun. Got the Bucks finally winning a Super Bowl again, which, when the season started, no idea that this would happen. But there are two kinds of people that like Tom Brady now: Patriots fans and Bucks fans. Everyone else still hates him. He really did bring something to the team, that's for sure.
So, on a scale of evil, does it go Thanos, Darkseid, Brady, Darkseid, Thanos, Brady, or Brady, Darkseid, Thanos on evilsdom?
Ooh. Considering what just happened here, I'll take Thanos, Darkseid, Brady.
No, I will stand up for the rest of America and the cosmos and say Brady, no more, Maury. I'll give you. Hopefully, he gets his Omega effect soon, and the anti-life equation catches up with him in his football career.
Yeah, it seems like he has the opposite of the anti-life equation. That guy does not get old. Holy
No.
crap.
Well, unlike the many millions of Americans that enjoyed the Super Bowl, not many people really liked the Superman Bowl because it was our lowest downloaded show of all time. I don't know if that's because we were terrible or people just dislike Superman.
I think people dislike Superman. I was astounded. I thought for sure that we'd get a few more downloads and a few more listens on that episode, but man, people just hate Superman.
I bet if we did a podcast on Brady, we'd get the same number of few calls. The Superman of the NFL.
Maybe we might.
Well, just to get some pleasantries out of the way and also give you some show info, if you want to email us at cbcopodcast@gmail.com, you can tweet us at cbco_podcast or hit us up on our Instagram, Comic Books and Cold Ones. Always looking to hear from you and get wonderful advice, and you can follow along there to see pictures of our wonderful beers and such wonderful snowmen that aren't tall, dark, and handsome also drinking tall, dark, and handsome beers.
Yeah, that was a great post, by the way. Even the brewery loved it.
Yeah, well, that's
We got a
that's
comment.
we're here to please and to drink beers. And that's what we're doing today. So we're taking you to that little place on Ground Malkin Lane for a big kegger and party that we'll be hosting for all the X-Men from the Blue and the Gold team. And today we're deciding who do we give a name brand beer at the party to, and who gets a rando if they're coming to our party.
Right. This is going to be fun. Party in Westchester.
So today we'll focus on drinking beers and just chit-chatting and riffing here a little bit and figuring out who do we really like and who do we want to hang out with when we invite them to our party. They're all mutants, so they get into Xavier's Academy without any charge or fee, but do they get a really good beer? I don't think that everyone deserves really good beer just because you're a mutant.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we're on the same page as far as that goes. All right, so go ahead.
Oh, I was going to let you do the pleasantries of deciding, since we bought for this party, just like any party, you buy a fine brew from some big brewery that you're going to enjoy because you're going to be drinking a few of them all night, and you don't want people taking too fancy beers away from you. And then you bring out whatever else is random in your fridge that you can throw on just to distract people and hopefully give it away so it doesn't appear in your fridge anymore. And so what beer are we drinking tonight for our fancy beer?
Well, our fancy beer is Hogarten beer, which is a very ancient beer. Apparently, I didn't realize this, but it is a Witbier. But apparently, it was first brewed in the 1400s. You know a lot more about beer history than I do, but I was shocked. I really liked this beer for a while. Didn't realize it was one of the oldest beers ever.
Yes, it's one of the top beers, I think, of my top 10, like big fancy beers you can buy at the store. I think it's always been one of my top. And probably one of the first beers I tried that I was like, oh, I like beer. I don't just like Budweiser and feeling full. So Hogarden was the top of it. And yeah, it's an amazing wheat blanche beer, which means wheat white beer, and it comes in with coriander and orange peel. And so it is the beer that inspired things such as Blue Moon and other variants that you may have here in the U.S. But this is the original one, and it's got the sweet, sweet label of the. I think they're supposed to be Egyptian things, hailing back to the beer making of ancient Egypt. But yeah.
Yes, Egyptian things.
And it of course is naturally cloudy.
Yeah.
And it comes in at 4.9% alcohol. And it's traditionally drinking with, you muddle some lemon in the bottom of it sometimes, but it also gives you instructions on the back, which I always liked about it, to keep that cloudiness up.
Oh, look at that.
Because you chill, pour 2/3 in, swirl, and then top it off to enjoy.
And since this is a party, I'm just drinking right out of the bottle today.
Well, I don't blame you on that.
Old school. Yeah. So I believe the first time I had this beer was with you in college.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
It could have happened. I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not either.
And what you dig out of the back of your fridge to give to the people that we want to shoo along at this party?
Well, I got a bunch of extra Mick Ultras in my fridge, so I'm gonna shoo them along with Mick Ultra. And not that Mick Ultra's bad, but like, really, how much Mick Ultra do you need? And I think I have about 10 in my fridge, so I would definitely be putting these out for people who really don't appreciate better, finer beer.
Awesome. And I dug around the back of my fridge and found a little thing called Medallia Premium Light from Puerto Rico.
Ooh.
It comes in a little mini can that's 10 ounces, not 12 ounces. Specially brewed premium light. Tiny, tiny beer for people that I don't think deserve much beer at my party. But this is random. And in addition to that, I also have a can of Modalia Especial,
Ooh.
which is okay. Which is okay, but that's the way you sell it to them when you're not giving them the good beer. You say, "But it's a special."
It's special, just like you, extra special.
It says it in the name. This one's premium, and this one's special, just like you guys. So here's what we're going to do. Whenever we start and we determine, we'll be drinking the good beer to start with. But then once we determine whether a certain superhero deserves the bad beer, we'll switch over to the bad beer and drink it until we decide on the next character. That way we're making it in full party mode.
Right. It's our drinking game podcast episode.
Yes. So I'm going to open up one of these sweet, sweet Hogardens when we start down this list.
We're not going to get very far.
As the head professor here, I'm going to pour it into a glass so I look fancy-pantsy. And I'm going to do my little swirl. I'm following the label.
It's a good beer.
Naturally cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a certain character we'll discuss a little bit later.
Oh,
so the team we're evaluating this way today, we're doing the mid-90s X-Men when they split up into two teams, the blue team and the gold team, with the big launch of the X-Men comic book because they had to make more money at Marvel and give Jim Lee his own book. So they had Uncanny X-Men and X-Men, and that's the way they did it. They broke up all your favorite heroes into two different teams.
So the blue team first debuted in October 1991. Everyone remembers the huge gatefold cover, Jim Lee's artwork. The coolest cover, I think, is the Magneto cover because Magneto's just a badass. He looks great, especially when Jim Lee draws him. But why don't you want to go over the whole team first, and then we'll break them down into individuals?
Yeah, just run down the names, and I think we'll break them out individually as they come in the door. We'll just, here's the invite list, and then we'll let them in the door one at a time. Who gets a beer and who gets a bad one? It's like Bachelorette with beer.
Yes, that's great. So the blue team, they were primarily in the Adjectiveless X-Men book, and that team was led by Cyclops, Scott Summers. It included also Wolverine, Psylocke, Beast, Rogue, Gambit, and Jubilee also was part of that team for a time. And so this team primarily consisted of those characters who were probably some of the more popular and hip characters at the time, and they are the characters that the X-Men animated series was based on as well, primarily, except didn't have Psylocke in there because of the kids.
Yeah, well, the kids couldn't handle an English woman transplanted into an Asian ninja woman's body.
Yes,
Really hard
yes,
to explain to the
yes,
the 10-year-olds out there
yeah.
what was going on.
Saturday morning thongs would not have gone over very well.
This was my favorite TV show when I was growing
I
up.
know.
The thongs. Okay, let's
All
get up.
right.
Who's first at the door here? Oh, it's the leader of the team, Mr. Cyclops from X-Men. First appearance in X-Men #1 from September '63. Scott Summers himself.
Yeah. So Cyclops comes to the door, right? Now, we've talked about Cyclops before on this podcast. In our first episode, The Many Beers of Wolverine, there was that time Cyclops went to the Hellfire Club to drink away his problems, and he was drinking sparkling water.
Yeah, yeah. Cyclops is always trying to be a dude, and the reason we're still kicking off Cyclops because he'd be the jerk that shows up way too early for the party, and you know he's going to cut out way too soon. So, in my opinion, the Klopser doesn't deserve a good beer because he isn't going to enjoy it, and he's going to sit there with it in his hand all day, and it's going to get warm by the end of the night, and it's going to be put someplace random next to your sink, and you're going to be like, who left a half-empty beer? So that's my opinion, Mr. Cyclops. You get the Medallia Premium Light.
Right. He might even just get a water. I feel like he may not even accept your beer.
No, he always tries to be a dude. He always is trying to be a dude, and so he can look normal for Gene. And he's going to complain the whole party about having to go train, and that we should be training and not enjoying beer the whole time.
Oh, you're right about that. So he'd be like the hall monitor at the party,
Yeah,
telling everyone to stop drinking so much because of the training session in the morning.
we got to train. So, do you agree, Rando?
I agree, Rando for sure.
All right. Well, that means I crack open this Medallia Special Premium and try this bad boy. I'll let you know what the hidden flavor notes are. So it is a light lager, a cerveza de Puerto Rico. Okay, the first thing that hits you is that light taste of methane. That the unfiltered water. Some some taste of the aluminum can in there. So yeah, it's a fine brew for Mr. Cyclops.
Ugh. He can open it with his optic blast, though, right? You think he
Yeah.
can do that?
He can, he can he can sit there and curmudgeon all night he wants. Train on this, you're not going to do very well. Oh, it's rough. Okay, who's next at the door?
Oh, next on the door is everyone's favorite knucklehead, right? Logan Wolverine.
Wolverine. He first appeared in Incredible Hulk 180, then in the last panel. Full first appearance in 181 October/November 74.
Schnick diddy schnick.
And supposedly he has a real name of James Howlett, but I don't recognize that. I don't think he recognizes that. I mean, I think he tries to drink away the fact that somebody gave him a name, and that's what I'm going to do.
Probably. Did you ever read that series? What that went into his origin when he was a child up until young adult?
No,
No, it was all right. It wasn't
I
bad,
read
but
I read the first one and I was like, trash.
so I didn't think it was trash, but I didn't think it was necessary.
That was the Medallia Premium Light of origin stories.
That's the comic book equivalent.
Ooh, that methane.
Yeah, I didn't think it was necessary to write that story. I think it's better to leave some mystery.
Well, that's the whole point of the characters. You give all the other creators going forward chances to write weird, random stories about his past and everything, and you always keep the kids guessing on whether Sabretooth is his father or not. But he's not. He's his brother. But we find out. So, Wolverine, big fan of beer. We've talked about on the show. Which beer are you giving him a good beer, or are you giving him?
Well, so here's the thing. I think he deserves a good beer, but he has a healing factor. He doesn't feel any buzz. Would you just be wasting that good beer on Wolverine?
That's what. Well, no, it's sort of my opinion. Is he's going to drink more than anybody, so might as well start him off on the bad stuff because he'd plow right through all the good stuff first, right?
Right. It wouldn't be fair to everyone else.
Basically, Wolverine's the guy that's always by the keg drinking the whole
Yeah.
night.
Just like a straw in the keg.
Yeah. And does Wolverine pump the keg for people?
No.
No.
No, be like, do that yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So Wolverine, you're forcing me to still drink this Rando. Yeah. Boo.
Yeah, now Wolverine, and if you've listened to our show before, you know that he's had enough beer where we could do one, maybe multiple shows just on, appearances of Wolverine drinking beer. So he's had most of them already, I would imagine. So there's no real reason to give him your good beer,
Yeah,
or he'd just take it. He'd take it if he wants it anyway, though.
yeah.
What are you going to do?
He also probably brings his own with him.
Yeah, well, there was one time he was the Phoenix Force and he had the bullet vest that just had beer bottles in it. He'd probably come with that.
Yeah. So who's knocking on the door next, K-Mac?
Well, next on the door is Psylocke, who is the resident psychic assassin on the team at this point. When was her first appearance? You can go through that.
So her first appearance, as Psylocke, was New Mutants Annual number 2 in October 1986. But her first appearance as Ninja Assassin Uncanny was in Uncanny X-Men 256 in 1989, and she had an appearance in Captain Britain before that as Captain Britain's daughter, and that was
Sister.
sister, yeah. And then her name's Betsy Braddock, and to this day, I still don't know what powers she has and what she actually does in the X-Men comic books, because she's a telepath that can't be a telepath unless she's touching you, as far as I can tell. What good is that? I got it. Come here and I'll control your mind. Well, no. Come
Yeah,
here. No.
she's just not a very strong telepath.
But look at my thong. Yeah, but you're gonna control my mind and make me wear a thong or something. Oh, weak.
Hey, that psychic knife has the focused totality of her psychic powers, and that's about it. And she gets the cool butterfly.
She does get the eye butterflies. And that's the problem, is she's gonna try to use that on me to get a good beer, but for me, she's getting a random.
I'm in agreement. I think she gets a Mick Ultra. She's probably concerned with those calories.
Yeah, she's a ninja assassin that has only powers to control people's minds, so he touches them. Which I guess, boy, you're a ninja assassin. Aren't you just gonna ninja assassin them?
You would think, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, look, here's your random beer. Go hang out in the kitchen and try to touch people all night so you can control their minds to get a good beer.
Yeah. Now that story where she became Lady Mandarin, I thought was pretty good. It was one of those rare X-Men crossovers into the regular Marvel universe through Acts of Vengeance.
Yes. And I still don't understand how she changed bodies or any of that stuff and whose body she became. It wasn't like when Dazzler traded bodies with Diamondback of the Serpent Society, which made sense to me.
Right. Well, I mean, when Mr. Jip's involved, it always makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, she traded bodies with Quanin, I think was the name of the other assassin, and now they're both separate characters. But I think they still have the same powers.
They can separately enjoy Medallia premiums by themselves.
Yeah, so Mick Ultra for Psylocke.
Art school. Go away. So, who's knocking on the door next? Get me away from this terrible beer.
I think we'll do that this time. I think we'll do that. We got the ever-loving beast Hank McCoy knocking at the door.
Oh, my stars and garters. So,
yeah,
first appearance in the X-Men in '63. Henry Hank McCoy, man of letters and scholarly things about mutants. Definitely highbrow. Probably immediately would recognize that we were trying to give him a random beer and reach in and get the good beer, knowing there was better beer in there. Forsooth.
Yes. Forsooth.
So yeah, definitely, I think the Beast would be a party goer that would have discriminating taste for better beers, and we would probably seek him out and give him that, so I can finally take a swig of Garden again.
Cheers to the Beast.
Thank you, Beast, for not making me drink any more Medallia to fool people that it's actually a premium beer.
Yeah, and now he would do it right too. He would follow the instructions on the bottle, pour it slowly. He'd add did you say lemon? He'd add the lemon.
Yeah, and he would do this all with his feet.
Correct. Hanging up, or he'd do it with one foot hanging upside down from the other.
Yeah. Party trick. I dare say he would probably be, as always as he is in the Avengers, when he's an Avenger, the party animal whenever they have a party scene. Always dating new ladies. He'd probably bring a couple new ladies too.
He'd bring Trish Tilby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Beast is definitely the first X-Men on the blue team that deserves premium beer.
Premium lager for a premium guy.
Yeah.
Premium beer.
For sure.
And speaking of people that have to touch you to do anything with you, coming in the door now is everybody's favorite Mississippi girl, skunk-haired Rogue.
That's right, sugar.
Now, I would offer Rogue a good beer, but I don't think she would take it because
Yeah, this was a tough one, actually.
because her Mississippi roots probably are like, what's a hay garden?
Right. Yeah, it would probably be lost on her. She's probably more of a bourbon type drinker.
Sugar.
Sugar.
I, I think we would offer her the good beer. I don't know if she'd end up drinking it, but I'll keep her on the premium list. I think definitely on the premium list. Now I can't remember.
Yeah.
Did they? I have the original appearance of her in the Avengers annuals because her first appearance was in Avengers Annual number 10, 1981. Her name is Anna Marie, but she never learned her last name. She eventually gets a last name from the next guy we're going to talk about from Gambit. I think when they actually marry. But I can't remember if they ever describe why she has skunk hair. The white
No, I
chocolate
don't
hair.
think so either. Is it? Does she have it before she absorbs Carol Danvers?
I think she gets it from Carol Danvers when she like gets overloaded, but I can't remember because I haven't read that comic book in a while. And she had the really cool like Southern trash mullet in
She
the
did
in
for
the
a long
80s.
time.
Yeah.
She had it until I think the second trip through the Siege Perilous. It took
Yes.
2 trips through Roma's magical device to fix that hair.
Well, it takes a lot to get a girl out of Mississippi, and they finally convince her to upgrade in Connecticut and got her to a real hairstylist. I'm wondering if that was Xavier's doing or Jean Grey's doing to get her to a real hairstylist. One thing, if you're Rogue's hairdresser, do you have to wear gloves if you touch her hair? Can she absorb you by touching through her hair?
Hmm. Well, I don't think she ever had that problem, considering what her hair looked like.
Well, I'm wondering is that the reason she had bad hairs? Because every time a hairdresser would touch her, they'd get absorbed, their mind would get absorbed, their powers, and they'd pass on the floor, and she'd be like, "I just want a good haircut. I'm tired of giving myself Floby cuts. I want a good haircut." Is that why she never had a good haircut for a long time until she got to Xavier's Institute when they like had properly trained people to be able to cut mutant hair?
Yeah, I think you're probably onto something. I think that's exactly what happened.
and and
Yeah, and it's
when
like,
she
come
gets
on, Mystique,
yeah, figure it out.
get this figured out.
And when she gets with Magneto a few times, he just uses his electric static ability to make it shocky, shock down. So
Yeah, he does. That's a good
yeah.
point.
Also something we never talked about. Yes, why do people's hairs not stand up on end when Magneto's around?
Oh, that would be the best. Like every time he walks by, everyone's like stuck their finger in a light socket.
Yes, and get some static electricity going from the magnetic fields he's generating current next to.
Oh, that would be the best.
So
Write that story, Marvel.
bring it.
Yeah. So now let's say this is Rogue who still has multiple personalities, who still has Carol Danvers' personality within her, and it's coming through at times. What beer do you still give her the premium beer, right?
Yeah, I'm still giving Carol Danvers premium beer and asking questions about Captain Marvel that she might remember. In exchange
Right.
for that, trying to get that information out of her. Talking about NASA.
All NASA. It was a great way to save Carol Danvers' character too, is tuck her away in Rogue until they figured out that they had a good character there. It took them forever, but
Yeah, they played her at Grand Malkin Drive for a while as a vegetable until they can bring
mhm.
her out.
Yeah, grew back. So premium for Rogue, right?
Double premium.
All right. So the next guest to arrive at the door is Remy LeBeau, the Cajun. What is he? Cajun?
It is
I
a
don't know.
member of the Cajun, member of the
Oh,
Society of Thieves,
he's the
and
the Thieves Guild.
yeah, what is it the League of Thieves or the Society of Thieves? I can't remember what it was. The
Uh,
Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild.
T.
That's it.
It's not the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
It's the Thieves Guild.
Thieves Guild. Mon cher, mon me, Thieves Guild. With that jambalaya going, I'm coming to the party to try some of that.
Oh, we.
I smell a batch of etouffee going on down here. So, so Do you offer Gambit even a beer, or does you just steal what he wants?
Oh, that's a good point. Well, I think you offer him run, he says no, and then he goes and steals one later.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think he pulls the dipsy do on Cyclops a few times too. If Cyclops tries to grab a good beer,
Yeah, I think so too.
look what's behind your one eye here, Cyclops. Oh, I thought I found a medallion premium for you.
But I think he ends up. So I would probably offer him the cheap beer, but he's going to steal a good beer anyway.
I think so. Remy Etan Labo will always steal a premium beer if there's a chance. So officially, is Gambit is I shouldn't say Gambit, but is Jean Claude Van Damme's character in Hard Target, the first John Woo movie in America, based on Gambit?
Well, what year did that come out?
That came out in the early '90s, like '93, I want to say.
Oh, okay, post Gambit.
Yeah, it was post
Probably
Gambit.
then.
Post Gambit.
Probably.
If it was Jean Claude Van Damme, I want to play this part like Remy LeBou in the X Men. John Woo's
Right.
like, that's a good one.
His name's Chance, right?
Yeah, and we know how I got that name.
Yep. My mom took one.
My mama took one.
Yeah. Now, as a kid in the early '90s, as a teenager, Gambit was like the coolest character ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, super Cajun, had these weird charging powers.
Always wearing a trench coat. I never figured out how his under outfit, his unitard outfit, was working. Was it leather? Why was it purple and blue and pink or whatever the colors were?
Yeah, it
And
doesn't make much sense for a thief to be wearing purple and pink.
yeah, and how did he get into it now? And why did he only own that one outfit? Like he never wears any other clothes, does he?
Not usually. Well, there's an issue where they're playing basketball and he's wearing cut off khaki pants, but they're cut off to be shorts and no shirt. And he can make a shot from anywhere. He's making them upside down, sideways. He's like Mahomes throwing passes in the Super Bowl upside down.
I'm a member of the Thieves Guild and X Street Bottle from New Orleans. I'm a raging Cajun going in with that ball.
Like he seemed to be at that time, at least, the character that kept getting the X-Men like out of the trouble that they were in the Extinction Agenda, which was the first crossover after he joined. They're all captured. And he has a wooden stake shot into his thigh, and he pulls it out with his. I think he pulls it out with his teeth, and then he gets it in his feet and lifts his feet up over his head to undo the shackles. So, like as a kid, I'm like, holy crap! Why didn't they have this guy before? How
Ain't
did they do anything?
ain't nothing but a splitting them on my leg, mon cher.
Oh, shit!
Mon ami.
Talk so sexy.
He's going straight to the kitchen to hit on the ladies.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So he stole his good beer. Who's coming in the door next from the blue team? And are rounding out the blue team here.
Yeah, this
All the
rounds out the
early,
blue team.
and they're all the early arrivals because Cyclops made him get there early so he could go to training tomorrow.
Yes. So rounding out the blue team is Jubilee, real name Jubilation Lee, and she is definitely underage, but she has a fake ID.
Yes. And she first appeared in Uncanny X-Men 244 in May 1989 to replace Kitty Pryde as the kid sidekick to Wolverine, basically.
Yeah, and
We can't go without that storyline of Wolverine having a young lady sidekick.
right, she was his Robin. She had long yellow trench coat and everything.
Yep. And she makes Sparkly Sparkly go boom boom. Who has a worse power, Gambit or Jubilee? Because they're both proven to be pretty much ineffectual on anything. They both just explode things that don't really explode big.
I think Jubilee does because Jubilee's is just like sparklies in the air. I guess it can kind of sting, but at least Gambit can charge a car and make a car explode, for example.
Yeah, but he can't put ground effects on it like Jubilee can.
True, true. He is lacking in the special effects department.
And that's the reason I think Jubilee gets a rando beer because she's hanging out with those Fast and the Furious kids, drag racing, living a quarter mile at a time now, and she doesn't care what beer she got. She's just getting whatever she's getting. So we don't need to waste a good beer on her.
Right. Well, Cyclops wouldn't let her have a beer.
Well, Cyclops isn't looking. She's taking it, and she'd be like, "No, no, no! This is a Coke. It's a Puerto Rican Coke that I have to drink again. God dang it!" Oh yeah, she would. Definitely the high school kid behind the bar, behind the behind the house, drinking this fine beer that she had Gambit steal for her. Mon ami, here you go. Here's a beer for you,
Mhm.
little one.
Yeah, probably.
Mon petit frère. That
I
means
can't do that. That's
that
good
means
though.
that means my little friend.
My little friend, yes.
Oh God. And then yeah, she's gonna drink way too much, not be able to train the next day, or we'll throw up in the we'll make the danger room even more dangerous with projectiles
Yeah.
other than our lights.
Just throw up in Gambit's trench coat.
or on the Sentinels. So that rounds out. So we had Cyclops getting his op beer for the evening that he won't drink. Wolverine, of course, getting whatever he wants. Psylocke, because we don't know what she does, and she's just there to be in a thong. She gets a random Beast
Yeah,
taking a
she needs a
premium.
Mick Ultra.
Yeah, Beast taking a premium. Rogue taking a premium. Gambit getting a premium, and Jubilee getting whatever she gets. We also never figured out. So they never play it up in the comic books that Henry McCoy is he Irish or Scottish, and they never play up that right.
No, they don't. They don't think they ever really get into that.
They never explore.
Banshee, I think Banshee takes over all the Irish for the X-Men.
Yeah, they should explore that more of his the McCoy roots. I think McCoy though is Scottish, so gotta explore his Scottish roots sometime.
Yeah, that's weird. So out of this team though, who's your favorite?
I'm probably I know people hate Beast, but I'm probably hanging out with Beast the most of the night, or Rogue. Yeah, Rogue, because I'm testing my theory the whole night of whether I can touch her hair or not. Did you, am I gonna pass out? Am I gonna pass out? But
Well
it's
done.
I as far as the team goes, I don't think it was that exciting of a team. When they split up all their group, they I don't know how they told stories with these people without the combined teams like they did, but they did.
Yeah, I mean, and so what they did here is they took the original five, which were X Factor at the time, and scattered them through who the current X Men were. And right before this, there really wasn't a current X Men team. They were scattered post Outback for a while, and Banshee and Forge were mostly featured. As far as like trying to get the team back together and find them, and then Wolverine and Psylocke and Jubilee were off doing their own thing.
Yep,
But
yep,
yeah, it was probably, at least for a time, the most recognizable team just because of the animated series.
yeah,
Um,
for certain.
but they didn't last. Well, they didn't last that long. I don't think either as a team before they just combined the books and all the characters just appeared
Yep.
in a book. So
So next, the gold team, which I think is the party team, showing up late with their leader coming in first. The queen herself, Storm, Aurora Monroe. Also, how does she get a name like Monroe coming from Africa? That doesn't sound like a very African name. She's from Egypt, right? Or
yeah,
from okay,
she's from Cairo, but
Cairo.
I think she also. I feel like she was also raised somewhere else too, but I can't remember exactly.
First met her appearance, giant size X-Men #1, the big revamp from May 1975.
Right, and she was a pickpocket on the streets of Cairo. Pickpocketed Charles Xavier once.
Correct.
Yes.
And so I think she's gonna pickpocket one of our good beers and make them icy cold with a snowstorm down down in the keg.
Oh yeah, you don't dare offer Storm a cheap beer. No way. Too high class. Way too high class.
She would summon something from the heavens to smite thee with ever-loving thunder. So thank you, Storm, for letting me drink a good beer.
Right, and the whole garden is perfect because, like you said, it has Egyptian things on it.
Yeah, it's got the stabs and the handles and everything. She's enjoying the natural cloudiness, of course, of the whole garden. It's
Yeah,
cloudy
that's
like heaven
perfect
when it
actually.
gets.
Yeah, but
So
thank goodness, I agree.
so she's getting a premium. Also, a woman that had various hairstyles over the year, sporting the mohawk. Also has white streaks in her hair. Never understood why Claremont had an obsession with giving girls white streaks in her hair. Chunks of
Yeah,
them.
that is a good point. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with the cost of ink.
Was he just a big fan of Cruella Deville? Like that was his crush when he was growing up, and he was like, so hot. I want to make my characters more like Cruella Deville.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
That's
You've
what
heard it here first.
I'm
Chris
breaking
Claremont, you can come on the show and dispute that if you'd like.
and dispute, confirm,
Or
confirm.
confirm, yes.
We're certain.
Yeah. Because there are more people with more women with white hair in the X-Men than any other color hair.
Yeah, that is for certain. Lots of in like silvery white. So I'm opening
Yeah.
another one since we still got a premium one here. I gotta do my little trick here. Pour 2/3 out.
Ooh.
Swirl. Pour the rest out.
Look,
Okay.
look, 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 look.
Okay. Who's the next person coming to the party?
Well, next to the door is the co-leader of the gold team, Jean Grey. No code name, just Jean. First appearance, X-Men 1, September 63. Super powerful telepath, telekinetic. Again, she can get any beer she wants, and she knows what beer we're planning on giving her before she even gets there. Because
No.
she doesn't need to touch anyone.
No. 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 I dispute this fact because I think she's gonna be too busy whining the whole time to actually focus on any beer. She's gonna be whining when she comes in the door, and she's gonna complain that there's no wine for her wine.
Oh,
Like,
interesting. Yeah, she might be more of a wine drinker. That's a good point.
so I'm not gonna waste a good beer on Jean Grey. Would you waste a good beer on Jean Grey?
Um, I would probably try to waste a good beer on Jean Grey. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're, we're gonna be split vote on this. K-Max says he's trying to give Jean Grey a good beer, but she would see through his mind because she's the most powerful telepath or whatever. Even because Charles Xavier has to block her powers, even right
Yeah, he apparently did that. Had to block her psychic powers.
now. Why did she go from being Marvel Girl just to being Jean Grey? Because it's not real secretive. Like when you're out on missions and like they're meeting with people that hate mutants, like Wolverine, Colossus, Cyclops, Jean Grey. They're like, Jean, I can find her in the phone book. we know
Right.
she's a mutant,
Yeah, it didn't make much sense.
and she's
I
from a
don't know.
hoity-toity family, right? She's from a rich family.
I believe so. Yeah, and they're probably in the phone book too. I think they're all dead now,
Yeah.
though. And that's
So,
probably why.
and she's the only one that's paying like full freight to attend Xavier's University. Everybody else is on scholarship except for her.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I'd offer her a random, but I don't think she'd take it. I don't think she'd like this. The Hogarden, unless you're a beer drinker, you're not going to like Hogarden. So,
Listen, Marvel Girl, you're a premium light, just like this medallia.
I can't drink it anymore then. Boo.
No, you can be the whole guard. You said you give her premium. I said I'd give her rando.
Ray.
Now, who's she hanging out with the whole night? Is she hanging out with Cyclops or is she hanging out with Wolverine?
Well, so in this era, she's hanging out with Cyclops.
Well, let me rephrase.
Hmm.
Does she want to hang out with Cyclops the whole night or does she want to hang out with Wolverine?
Who wants to hang out with Cyclops?
Yeah, I know, exactly. she,
Although, poor Cyclops in this era, he got a bad rap.
bad rap. Well, maybe he shouldn't be training the whole damn time.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, I think they really, I don't like how they wrote him essentially as like he's the dad of this team. Everybody, you go train. You don't do this. You don't do that. Make that bed. I don't. I think they probably could have done him a little better, but
There's the reason that Jean Grey starts hanging out with Wolverine more and more because she's just tired of training the whole time.
right, right. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't be?
like she could be like, Cyclops, can't you read my mind? He's like, no, I'm not a telepath. He's like, well, you don't need to be. Think what I'm thinking right now.
No, Cyclops isn't going to be able to read that for sure.
Yeah, mind blank Cyclops. Okay, who else is coming in?
Yeah. So the next knock at the door is from Angel Warren Worthington, the
The
third.
third.
The third. Uh-huh.
Also paying full freight. Also from a
Yes.
rich family. I'm giving Angel a premium beer because I feel bad for the guy always having to walk around with wings on his back, and I'm really like him. Now in this era, he already has his metallic wings, right?
Yeah.
He's already
Yeah.
gone
He's
through the
deaf.
Archangel stage. Yeah, he's already gone through the Archangel stage. So yeah, he's they try to up his powers by by giving him something else.
Yeah, he really got a raw deal. That's for sure.
Yeah,
But the good thing about him coming to the party is we can pretend there's a cover charge and make him pay.
for certain.
He
Or
got the
or
cash.
or he would just pay for the beer.
Yeah,
Like
even better.
you hand him out the divvy cup in the beginning. Like, we're selling cups. you, you they're they're $2,000 a cup.
Yeah. Oh, that's all?
Yeah,
Sure.
there you go.
But the danger is if he found out, he'd shoot his flechettes at us.
Oh, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about that because we're gonna get him drunk before he ever figures it out. He's not very accurate with those little metal things. How do the metal things go back? Like, I guess they're like feathers, right? They just grow back.
I think so, yeah.
So,
We'd have to ask Apocalypse about that.
apocalypse.
Yes. What I love about Apocalypse is ancient mutant, right? N7 Nor, ancient Egypt, can control his molecular structure. Yet his outfit, he has to have a giant A for a belt buckle. It's like, come on. What?
How is you supposed to know who I am? I'm apocalypse with my belt. We'll save it for another time, but I don't know who has a better cartoon voice, Apocalypse or Dark Side.
Ooh.
That might be
And
a
it's been a while since I've heard either of their cartoon voices, so
oh, Apocalypse. I'm Dark Side. This, my impressions are not that great, but definitely Angel gets a premium because he's a premium guy from a premium family, and he had a lot of hardship, and so we know he might be crying, and I can never turn down anybody that's blue by not giving them a fancy beer because I like blue people.
yeah, those poor blue people. They don't get enough fancy beer.
So next one up the door is Baba Drek, us man, the man that's going to keep our keg cold for the whole day. Uh, from first appearance course X-Men #1 from September 1963. This one's a tough one.
It is a tough one. He's right there in the middle.
Yeah,
Bobby Drake's a nice guy. He's funny, good for pranks. Probably should have invited him early to get the beer really cold.
yeah. The ice it down so it's not too frosty coming out of the cake.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's I would probably offer him the premium beer just because he's a nice guy.
Well, he's the guy that like nobody really pays attention to, and they never know what to do with him, and then he kind of stands by himself at the party the whole night. And every once in a while, he'll talk to Cyclops, he'll talk to Beast, he'll get bored, and then he'll just go make a snowman outside.
Yeah, or he'll make a little icy patch on the floor,
Yeah.
so Wolverine trips and falls, something.
Now, did they try to make him the hot head of the team at one time, right? To play the juxtaposition of him being cold
I think
and
they did early on.
yeah,
It didn't really work.
no, no. And then he goes through his alpha mutation where he can control all water and all moisture and turn it into ice, including his whole
Yes.
body. Yeah, and
Yeah, and he become all spiky and big.
yeah, and he can go like snake body himself out of ice.
Yeah, he was really cool in Age of Apocalypse. They really did a lot more with his powers there than they had done at all in the regular Marvel universe at that point.
When they're able, yeah, he's able to like I think in the Legion quest before that he like freezes all the water in somebody in Legion to ice him. That's when like he went to alpha level. Like, has he ever done that before? No, he just froze all his water because he can control it all. So I'm giving him a premium beer.
Yeah, I like premium beer for Bobby Drake too. Good for
Premo.
Bobby Drake.
You comes up. You comes up. We're having you fun at the party. Next up, we get a big old knock coming with this one. Who is it?
This time it's Pyotr Rasputin Colossus in his metal form. Can't get drunk in his metal form.
He can't?
I don't think so.
I didn't know this. I know he doesn't need to eat, right?
Yeah, I
He
don't
doesn't.
think.
He doesn't need air. He doesn't need to eat, right?
Yeah,
And
in the Outback, he was trapped in his metal form for a while, and they went to a bar, and I don't think he could get drunk.
but is that because of his mutant metal power or his Russian being Russian power?
It's because of the mutant metal power. Because there was another
I think it's because of his
issue.
Russian power.
No, listen. Wolverine and Nightcrawler took him to a bar once because he broke up with Kitty Pryde because of some Secret Wars thing, right? And he got super drunk at the bar, and then Juggernaut was there too. We talked about this one.
Yep.
Juggernaut was there too, and Wolverine and Nightcrawler let Juggernaut beat the piss out of him, and he was drunk. So he can get drunk, which is why. But he doesn't he doesn't know enough about good beer to give him a good beer, so he's getting the Rando from me.
Well, he's Russian, so he doesn't care what he's got as long as it's alcoholic.
That's
He's
true.
supporting his fever in people, random alcoholism. So yeah, he's getting the Rando beer.
Yeah, just regular Rando.
Whatever swill there is, he'll be happy. He's like, "This beer is the best beer I've ever had. It is so much better than every other beer in Russia. We only drink vodka, but this is very good beer. Хорошо пиво." That's Russian for very good beer.
Very good beer. Very nice. I have no idea.
Da.
But so, what is the best Russian beer?
They make them. It's basically like any other of the Europeans. So every country basically has something that's owned by Carlsberg Consortium, and they make a standard lager. So in Russia, it's the St. Petersburg brewery called Baltica, and they usually make one. The two main flagships are always one Pilsner, like your standard Carlsberg type Pilsner, and then one type of Bock that's some type of malty or beer. And they're okay, but they all vary slightly by country. In Romania, it's called Ursus, which means bear, and,
Yes.
and, and they and they have one in Hungary. I can't remember the name of them, but I've had them there also. But they each country has whatever their local brewery got bought out by the Carlsberg Consortium, or I believe there's a South African one also, SAB, that did the same. And so they're all owned by things. They all try to to market to those two things. But the coolest thing about Eastern Europe beer is they sell it in 2 liter plastic bottles.
Oh, no way.
Yes, so you can buy a 2 liter of your favorite lager and drink it. So this is the reason Pietro Rasputin would not care, because he's used to drinking beer out of a 2 liter bottle.
Out of a 2 liter. That's awesome. Oh,
They also like on the streets make this like low grade hooch that's what's it, kava, or yeah, it's kav. I think it's kava or kavasis or something like that. But it's basically like 1%, 2% mold, like fermented barley and other grains. It's basically just like an oat soda
oh,
they drink regularly. It's just
oh, that's terrible. So he would definitely like this. Would be like you're right. This would be the best beer.
yeah, yeah, Michelob Ultra, it's so fun. Oh my god, it come in bottle with glass. This is crazy.
Better than oat soda.
It's so much better than Kavsasa. I can't remember the name. It's like Kavasa or something like that. That's so much better than this when the babushka give me out of Daytol into into cup. But definitely get that.
Yeah. So this brings us to the last member of the gold team to arrive at the party, and he's the last member of the gold team to join the team. And this is Bishop, real name Lucas Bishop, super complicated. And his first appearance was in Uncanny X-Men 282. He had a panel, and then his first real appearance was in Uncanny 283. That's November and December of 1991. Bishop is from the future, and he is also he's really a lot like Cyclops in that he's all business.
He is all business. He's also another mutant. I don't understand why he's on the team. He and Psylocke are like, I don't know what they do, what they bring to the stories, other than he's from some alternate future where mutants are branded with M's on their eyes, and that's all I know. He has some sweet, sweet hair also, but that's it.
Oh, he has sweet future mullet, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
he has the sweet future mullet. Also a man partial to jumpsuits.
Correct, correct. Yeah. Oh, so I think with Bishop, almost just like Cyclops, he's too busy to have fun. He's too busy to have a beer, and he doesn't even know what a beer is really
Would,
either.
would,
So
would he even put down his gun to have the beer?
maybe not. But now
Because
here's the question: does he absorb the energy of a beer when he drinks a beer?
so, what is his power exactly? Explain it for all the kids out there, because I don't know, fully understand. I understand he absorbs energy somehow. I can redirect energy, but it never made any sense to me.
Yeah, pretty much that's what it is. He can absorb energy and rechannel and redirect it. So if he's shot with some kind of like laser beam or other mutant power, he absorbs the energy and he can channel it and redirect it back. But he doesn't get super strength from absorbing it. He can only project it back out.
Intriguing.
Yeah, it's not a very good power.
Well, yeah, once again, I don't know what he does. Every time I read stories with him, it's like, well, Bishop's here and he's yelling and he has a gun.
He has a gun, yes. He's kind of like the Cable of that team as well.
Yeah, what's the point of having your superpowers if you always have to carry a gun? Unless your superpowers is shooting guns. Like
Yeah,
all of Punisher or all of Punisher Light Solo.
yeah. Or if you're like Hawkeye and you can shoot a gun, like he can shoot a bow and arrow.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
it. We all know arrows and bows are superior to guns in the comic book world.
of course. No questions. So, what is the beer of the future?
Ooh, ooh, yeah. Is it a Medallia special mixed with a Michelob Ultra? Do they have Medallia Ultra in the future?
Oh, they better.
Medallia Ultra Premium Light. That's what he's getting.
You said it last time. What's the beer of the future?
Oh no, the future styles that we're getting Keller beers. That's we get the organic raw beers, basically. That's the next hit. That's the next hit style. He wouldn't know what the hell that was.
What I'm saying, we wouldn't give him one of those either.
No, 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 no.
Man, so another rando.
Yeah.
Gosh, X-Men, I had more faith in you.
Right, and so we have our final one here: the Party Crasher, the rabble rouser, the one that always comes in to break up these things. Charles Xavier comes floating in the door in his hover chair. What are we sticking in his hand?
Yeah, I don't know. Xavier's a tough character. I mean, you don't want him there. So do you really want to waste your good beer on him? But I feel like he would probably know the difference between a good and a bad beer.
Yeah, he was a worldly man, traveled all over the world,
Right.
seeking out things. So yeah, just to keep him quiet and not yell about training, also, and so he could go into the kitchen and belittle Cyclops and point out that he got a bad beard. I would give him a premium beer.
Right. And find out why he's not training.
Yeah.
So at the same time at the mansion, right, were Forge and Banshee as like team support.
Okay.
We can talk about them too if you want.
What are we giving Forge, or is he making his own beer on his own still?
Yeah, Forge wouldn't like the beers we have, and he'd real quick turn around and invent his own.
Premium Ultra Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give Forge a good beer, and of course I'm giving Banshee a good beer because
Yeah.
I kind of like the good beer. That's my
Yes.
favorite. Oh, for certain.
Well, and if you offer Banshee a cheap beer, like you said, he's obviously going to know, but then he's going to use his sonic scream and shatter everyone's glasses.
This Mandaria is horrible. Horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's over. Party's over.
Close it out quick. So run down the breakdown again of what everybody's getting.
Right. So with the blue team, and this is all very disappointing, by the way. Like I'm a huge X-Men fan. I'm an X-Men guy. Most of my collection are X-Men comics. I love them. They're good stories, but they are not worth.
They're not worth good beers.
They're not worth good beers. No. So we have. I'll go over the randos on the blue team first. Cyclops with a rando because he's way too serious for a good beer. Wolverine with a rando because he can drink and drink and drink. He can't. He doesn't feel anything, so he's gonna drink all your good beer before you get a chance to have any. Psylocke a rando because Mick Ultra good for the figure, 100 calories. Jubilee is underage, so we'll just say rando for her.
She gets what she gets.
She gets what she gets, yeah. And
She showed us an ID, officer, so we're just letting people out there in comic book land know she showed us an ID.
right, and we saw the ID, but it was really bright out. It was sparkly. We couldn't really tell. It looked good though. It looked like good ID. And the premium members of the team, Beast, Rogue, and Gambit, because Beast, most cultured member of this team by far. Rogue, I mean, I think it would be an insult to offer Rogue a rando.
For certain, sugar.
Yeah, sugar. And Gambit, he would steal a premium, so you might as well give him one anyway. Yeah.
For certain. So that brings us to the gold team, where we break down Storm, of course, being a queen and worshipped as a goddess in her homeland, gets a premium. We debated on Jean. We were going to split it between random and premium, but I think we're just going to say premium because she's not really going to drink it, and she has to suffer through, Cyclops all night, even though she doesn't want to. So let's
Yeah.
just give her a good beer. Also getting premium is Iceman because he's cold as. And then it leaves us to other people with rando beers to being Colossus because that'd be the best beer he'd ever had, and of course Bishop, he's from the future, and so he wouldn't know what past beer was. We could tell him it's the best beer that ever existed because
Oh, that's a good point.
this beer is so much better. This is the one that's storied, and we could show him all the fancy advertising, and he'd believe us, and he could take that to the future. And of course, other people just hanging around and crash the party. Charles Xavier getting a premium, Ford getting a premium, Banshee getting a premium. So most of the people that are kind of hanging out are typical of your party.
Yeah. So let me just say, I started this before. I'm kind of disappointed. So I really like the blue team. Their stories were a lot better than the gold team, but they just can't manage a premium beer. I don't get it. This is like blowing my mind.
Well, this is why we do the podcast, kids, is to inform you on the important decisions on who you give superheroes give, what type of beer a superhero gets when they come to your party.
Yeah, this is very important information. I would have had no idea before now.
Yeah,
Oh,
and no one's half the battles we know.
G.I. Joe.
Party planning is very important. So,
Yeah. Man, G.I. Joe did it right with those 5-part episodes, those 5-part stories that continued.
oh
Man,
yeah, the tangent time. Yeah, the season initiators, for those people who don't know, the cartoon GI Joe each year started out with a 5 part series that would go for the first week, and it's the way it kicked off the original series too, and it was by far a really cool thing. The way for them to introduce new characters so you could tell your mom that you wanted to go out and buy more toys of these new characters are releasing. Surprisingly timed well with the release of Hasbro characters
I
figures.
know. As though it were meant to be. I remember running home from the school bus stop to try to see that episode. The show. What was the first? The first one was the weather satellite, right? Which broke into pieces and scattered around the globe. Was that the first season?
No, the first one's it has weather, right? No, it isn't weather. It's the one where they build the ray guns from the
Yes.
different elements, from the 3 different elements. They have to go to their different parts of the world
Yeah,
to
they
get
go
there.
underwater and they fight these gigantic sea worms. I
Yes,
heard like, ah,
and it
great
has
stuff though.
the best ever line in any cartoon where where I believe it's Stalker or it's Flint, I can't remember, with Snake Eyes, and they're trying to break in at the fifth episode where they're breaking into the Cobra Fortress, and they're pinned down, and I believe it's Stalker that looks at Snake Eyes, and Snake Eyes just nods his head, and he pulls out like something to put on his gun, and Stalker goes, "Magnetic mines, good idea." Snake Eyes. I didn't know what magnetic mines were. I didn't know that could be a good idea.
Right. Apparently they are, but only for that situation. Well, you know what? They're probably a good idea in multiple situations.
Anytime you need magnetic mines,
Right. Right.
Snake Eyes gets a premium beer.
Yeah. Oh, so we forgot about one thing with this party. We're gonna have one more party crasher, right?
Ooh.
Well, every time the X-Men get together, it seems like the Master of Magnetism comes and crashes that party. It doesn't like them having a good time.
Oy vey.
So, so we have Magneto. We're not going to tell you what his real name is because he's had way too many. Eric Magnus Lenshear. We'll stop there.
The Magnus is coming.
Yes. And
What do you give?
so,
What kind of beer you give Magnus?
well, I would have to give him a premium beer. I think he's well traveled, just like Xavier, and he would know the difference. He would not accept your. He would not accept humanity's cheap beer.
Pah! The Master of Magnetism will not suffer through a Delia Premium Light
Yes, or Michelob Ultra.
or Michelob Ultra. I am more ultra than Michelob Ultra. I am the Master of Magnetism. To me,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
beloved.
Yes, to me, my good beer.
And yeah, but he probably though would get whatever beers in aluminum cans, right? Or could he or could he pull it up a bottle with just the cap? Yeah.
The
Is
bottle.
there
Oh
enough
yeah.
is there enough metal in there to pull that up?
You dare question the powers of Magneto?
Well, I want to see him twist off the cap with his powers. Here, Magneto, here's an opener. Don't need it. The master of magnetism can open his own beer.
Yeah, premium for sure.
Premium for a premium villain.
Yes.
All right. So that closes out the party here. Oh, this is fun.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah.
So who leaves the biggest mess at the party?
Oh, by far, it's Wolverine and Beast. There ain't
Yeah,
no question.
and Gambit too, I think.
Well, Gambit the whole time just trying to make it with Psylocke, Rogue, Storm, Jean, and probably Bishop because he has long hair.
Yeah, he does. That's sweet. That's a sweet, sweet future mullet. Like I said.
When he sees him from behind, he's like, "Oh, there's a petite fillet that I want." But definitely, yeah, we're having to clean up after those three, and I'm gonna make that part of the training for Cyclops the next day.
Yeah, he should have been on them to clean up as they were going.
Yes, well, he was. He's the guy walking around the coasters.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Sure.
So I would have to say, if one of these blue or gold team members was you, you would be Wolverine.
I would definitely, yeah, definitely by the keg the whole night.
Yep.
Definitely
Yep.
drinking, wheezing the beer out straight out the juice, or straight out the keg,
And drinking and not feeling anything.
and of course I would give you Gambit.
Oh, sure, thank you.
As always, because I know how much you love bodysuits and chasing mutant tail.
Right, and my eyes glow red sometimes.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, also, never explain that. Is it because he's charging his eyes? I don't know. Why does he have? Did them thieves do that to him? What did they do?
So I heard that he was supposed to be Summer's brother originally.
Oh, that's why.
And that's why. But whether or not that's true, I don't know. And he's not.
Well, no more share them thieves stole my eyes and put these glowing stars in there. So when you look at me, you see the heavens.
You don't write this down ahead of time, do you? You just come up with this?
It's off the top of my head.
Oh, goodness. I can't come up with that stuff. Very good. Well done.
Reason to laugh. So, other than this party stuff, what are you reading right now? Well, definitely not more Superman stuff because nobody wants to read that trash.
No shit. Like we said every year, Superman, Super Bowl. No, just once.
Yeah.
There's no reason. I think we covered everything everyone ever wants to hear about Superman.
For certain.
For certain, yeah. I started reading the Ten of Swords crossover, the new X-Men crossover. It's pretty good so far. It deals a lot of Krakoa stuff, a lot of Apocalypse. But the beginning is neat because it focuses on like each character getting their sword for the battle, and Wolverine's was really cool. He had to go fight the Hand in Hell.
Yeah. I've heard good things about it, but I do protest on two accounts I heard. First, they have a sword fighting thing, and Nightcrawler does not take part.
Oh, really? I haven't gotten there yet. That stinks. You would think he would be.
And second, if you're having a sword fighting thing in the Marvel Universe and you don't invite Black Knight, your sword fighting thing is BS.
Well, you'd have to be on the bad team.
That's his gimmick. He has to get invited in the Marvel Universe. He's like, I have the ebony blade. This is what I do.
Hopefully someone steals the ebony blade from him.
I got a sword fight. If we're going to sword fight, I got the sword. That's it. That's all I do. That's what I bring.
What about you? What else are you reading?
So after reading the Superman stuff for last episode, I realized I had never read the full Crisis on Infinite Earths in DC. So I've only read select issues of the big issue. So I'm going that and reading that now, and I'm through the death of Supergirl. I don't know as much about DC. I never followed as much other than select series here and there like Flash and stuff. But some of that stuff by George Perez and those are just mind-blowing, amazing. The panels, the characters are silly. It's DC and it's the random, all the different universes they made. But some of those panels that George Perez does are just like gobsmackingly good because of the giant characters. That's what he does best, is the big crossover, and it's amazing to see him do some things. Like they have this one scene where Alex Luthor summons all of them together after the Monitor's dead, and has all the heroes in this room. And to make the room look bigger, he uses elongated man to like kind of fill up one side, and plastic man to fill up one side, and the metal man to one of the metal man that stretches also fill up the side to give room volume, and also give an out angle to it. And so it's like really cool dynamically that way.
It's well done for sure. Are you reading like tie-in issues or just the main series?
Just the main series,
Okay.
Because
Yeah, that's what I read too.
because I was started to read the Legend series, which comes after that, which like sets the stage for the big crossover. It sets the new universe of all the things they've introduced from Infinite Crisis and Infinite Earths. I was like, oh yeah, I've never really read all of that, so I'll go back and kind of hit that up and see if it's any good, and to fill me in on stuff with the Legend stuff, which is the debut of the Suicide Squad, all villains, and Shazam coming over to the normal universe, and all those Charlatan comics coming over also.
Oh.
So it's interesting.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I read that story last year, right before the CW's Crisis, just to see if just because I hadn't read it either, and not that I thought the CW would match that, but it's a good read, and it's something that probably if you like comics, it's something you should have read.
And we'll probably do a big swig on that one time, because it affects everything in the DC universe, like sets the stage for everything they've done after, just on constant retcons to either go back to or refix everything they did in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, definitely set the stage for everything they had to undo since.
Are you?
I feel like I read something else, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, I read first issue of Batman Catwoman, which is okay.
Meow.
It just kind of sets up the story. Yes. Meow.
You drink any good beers also?
I don't think so. Shit. I can't remember anything anymore. This Hill Garden's very good.
It is a good beer to pass the time with.
I've still been finishing up all my sours.
Got to get through that. I hit up this local brewery called Elder Pine, and they make this beer that's English style bitter ale called Old Geezer. It's pretty solid. I don't know where it rates on my scale of bitters, which are my favorite. I've decided English style beer is my favorite of all the styles of Belgian, English, German, American. I think I'm a simple boy that likes multi bitter beers like that. So, but I don't know. We'll see.
I think I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
The Old Geezer. I think they might have had it down here somewhere.
Oh.
Maybe I'm thinking of Ebenezer. There's one down here called Ebenezer that I've seen. I'm not an old geezer. Shut up.
You enjoy. All right, kids. Just to close out some things here, if you enjoyed this, write us up, hit us up. What beers you would give your guys on the team that we just listed off? You can email us at cbcopodcast@gmail.com, Twitter us at cbco_podcast, or look at our Instagram at comicbooks_cold ones. We're always looking forward to hear from you guys, seeing our fun pictures and interacting with us and giving us ideas on beers to drink and who to deny them to when they come to our party as X-Men.
Yeah, and we'll post some stuff on the social medias and give us some comments. Tell us what you think.
Right. Or just drink a Hogarten with us while you're listening.
Exactly. And one lucky listener will get to appear on the podcast. I don't know. I said that. Who knows?
If I could find another one lucky listener could win a medallion premium light, but I don't think I could find another one.
Yeah. Or a McUltra.
Yes.
Or 6 McUltras.
that runs you $5.50.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Signing out here as Professor Yex.
All right, and K-Mac with no nickname, I guess.
Headmaster of the Keg.
Oh, Headmaster of the Keg. Good night, Cher.
No. Sugar.